Hello, friends. Welcome to Galactic Centered Thoughts of the Day. I am Don, the QigongShaman, and I'm going to be sharing with you today transcendent truths, heartfelt health hacks, and a body of wisdom that just cannot be contained any longer in this one body-mind-spirit complex. Have you ever wondered where your thoughts come from? If all of them are even yours? Have you ever wondered if there's a way to connect to something higher, bigger, larger than yourself that you could trust? Have you ever wondered how you can discern what information seems to be coming in and what information seems to be emanating from within you? And again, what can we trust? What I plan on sharing with you today are the concepts of grounding, becoming a conduit, vertically connecting. That's a start. So, within the realm of grounding, which has also been called earthing, many of us have become aware of the need, and there's just so many different ways to do it out there that I decided to encapsulate and put into this video what I have done, the information that's come to me, and the most beneficial practices for going vertical. What do I mean by that? Well, it's pretty clear probably if you understand if you're connecting horizontally with other people, with this plane of existence, with a pet, with the next indicated thing that you need to do on your to-do list, with that person that's right in front of you, all horizontal. You can think of it as on this third dimension. But what spiritual mystics and many people have talked about over time is there's a vertical axis, which allows some people to psychically gather information from other dimensions, higher or lower. Some people seemingly have been categorized as going lower on the vertical plane and becoming more either animal-like or vegetable-like in their thinking behavior. So this is the vertical axis, and I think it was Barbara Hand Clow that introduced me to this concept first, with her 9 dimensions, I believe. And the vertical axis would go through the sun, which is considered to be a source of information, and many civilizations prior to our modern day worship the sun for this reason. And then through our sun to other suns and other systems, eventually going to a galactic center, it is called. In astrology, this is well known. The location, all of it, is all out there in story form. And it's not just a myth. The galactic center is real. It used to be considered a black hole. Now there's different thoughts on it. Most likely there's a white and a black hole because there's a little bit of polarity everywhere in the universe, even on higher dimensions, most likely. So bringing back the esoteric into the real, what does the vertical axis have to do with you? Well, what if I said that when you had thoughts, feelings, sensations within your body that you didn't find comfortable, that weren't serving you, that were potentially making you more anxious or making your life more miserable, and you were ready to get rid of these? What if I said you could go vertical and just let the sun, or vertically down, the earth, vacuum away this negativity? What if I said that was an option? That you had an opening above you and an opening below you where you could dump it or send it? Well, my experience has been that is real. And I'm not going to get into my history. I don't want this to be too long today. I want to stick with the thoughts of the day. So the first was, well, the main thought is how to go vertical so that we can connect to a higher power, maybe a God, if you use that word. Maybe you want to connect to angels. Maybe you want to connect to your guardian angels. Maybe you want to go down and connect to Earth because you trust her and you believe she can take away and feed you. Because when you go vertical, you don't just get to use the vacuum to where you can have the universe take away what doesn't serve you, but you can also receive the good stuff, the juicy stuff, and at the end of the day, bliss, joy, wonder, happiness can literally arrive seemingly from outside of you. So the first way, the simplest way that's always available no matter where you are, is to do this vertical connection with your thinking. Okay? So the image I'm going to use is the one that's pretty universally used, and that is that of a tree. So you think that your energy field, which is shaped more of an oval, because we're kind of these long beings, we're not short and stout, that'd be a nice perfect circle. You can imagine a big circle around you, or an egg shape around you, and imagine you're a tree. Now, we're just doing it with our thinking. You don't have to move, you don't have to do anything. You see roots go down into the earth. You see your branches extend up from your shoulders up to the sky. What are the leaves reaching for? Sunlight. So if you can, okay, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. We're just staying with the thinking, okay? From your heart and your bone structure, you would be wood-like, and you would imagine yourself elongating, and you would be upright. You always see meditators upright. You don't want to become rigid. That's why in yoga classes I always trip out at militant teachers who make all the students end up feeling like they're, they have to stay still or else they're going to like get smacked or something. No, you want to be soft like the inside of a tree with sap flowing through it so that it can be supple, so that like if a big wind comes, it doesn't just go right over, it can bend, okay? So when you're being upright and vertical and you're thinking like a tree, don't be rigid. And in that state, if your mind and focus is strong enough, you can then meditate from this place of being a tree, but your roots are in the earth. Your branches are receiving heavenly energy just like a tree would. And in that way, you are now receiving energy from above and below. So that's the thinking image of a tree. Next would be the feeling version of it. What could you do to feel this concept of going vertical? Let me show you. This is from the Qigong tradition of China, which I have studied and practiced as an acupuncturist for 20 plus years and taught. What they do, this would be called the standing meditation position of being the tree. So you can do hands here, hugging the tree. This is going to amplify your belly, your physical. This position is what I'm recommending here, but you can also really be the tree and put your arms up to the sky and your fingers reaching like so. So this is a real good starting position because you're amplifying the heart, which is feeling. So now when you're here, of course you're going to do some thinking, so you can still use those images of a tree, but you also now can feel how you're standing upright. And here's where the practice best can be moved outside. Because if you put your feet on the earth, and if you're in some sunlight, and you can breathe fresh air, now you're getting all the elements are feeding the feeling of being a living organic entity. And then when you focus the thoughts down and up, and you imagine that you're 100 feet tall and you're connected, and then you can release what does not serve you. And you can feel it releasing, because as your hands are here and they stay soft and the shoulders are soft and your knees are slightly bent. This is the Qigong. I'm slowly introducing you to what the Qigong call the horse stance, or the perfect posture position. The pelvis is slightly tucked and the weight is a little bit back, and you're hugging a tree and you're being the tree, but you're feeling it more now, right? Because you're in a position, your body's engaged, your legs are engaged, legs being the roots, and that's why this is a good position too. Now, the fingers are literally, you can move the fingers a little bit and be like branches in the wind. You can even let your body sway a little bit if you were outside and it was windy. You're vertically connected here. through feeling. Finally, there is the physical part, and all of this is to the point of becoming connected to an energy that's larger than us, so that we can clean our system, clean our conduit, clean our meridians, the wiring system of the body, so that we can then discern and feel what it is we're seeking, whatever that may be. If we don't go vertical, we're not going to get what we're looking for. This is the whole guru complex. You want to connect to another human, you're going to get their stuff. You want to use a psychotherapist? Well, unless their filter is perfectly clean, you're going to get some of their stuff. You go to a very trusted friend who they could be the most well-intentioned person in the world, but you're still going to get some of their 3D stuff. So the whole purpose here is to go where we can trust. Who doesn't need a higher source of information, energy that we can trust? Are we not living in an age of mistrust? Are we not living in a time of division? This is about unification. So physically, we did the thinking without moving. We did the feeling part where you assume the position. I forgot to mention that. That's my whole feeling intro. We assume the position, which we just did. Now we incorporate breath and movement, okay? Very simple stuff. This is the most simple stuff I can think of. My favorite movement. Inhaling, you're reaching down, you're connecting, you're imagining your roots go down, and then you're drawing energy into your root system. Finishing your inhale up high, connecting to sun. And then as you exhale, you're letting that solar energy come down through your body, through your cells. You connect that down. You can even bend down. You can even touch the earth. Or you can just do the simple. Inhaling, you've connected to earth. You connect back up through your body to the sun, to the sky. Exhale, let that heavenly energy now come down through you. Are you starting to get a sense of how this can inspire you? How you might receive messages from the sun, from the earth? Finish your exhale. Inhale, connect down into the earth. Bring those negative electrons. If you know anything about earthing, you know it's about negative electrons. Did you know the sun emits negative electrons as well? That is what the body seeks to balance out free radicals. And down. So you can just coordinate your breath, the rise and the fall, the up and the down. This is basic Qigong, and this is basic yoga. Unite the breath with your intention. What's our intention? To connect to a greater power that we can welcome into our body. So through the soles of your feet, through a kidney point on the middle of your feet, inhale up into your bones, into your bone marrow, into your whole being. Inhale this juicy energy from the earth all the way up to the brain. Let it fill your aura. Exhaling, welcoming, receiving heavenly energies from above. Like a waterfall, these energies come down through you. That would be a physical manifestation of going vertical. So, thoughts of the day, galactic centered thoughts of the day, are to think about, contemplate, and then maybe try practicing or not going vertical to energies, bodies of energy you can trust. I trust the sun, I trust the earth. I actually think they might be the true father-mother figures. Well, matter is mater. Pater, father, Ra, son of God. It's all in there. Connect to these energies that you can trust. I hope you've enjoyed the galactic centered thoughts of the day. I am Don Shaman. Don, the Qigong Shaman. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Have a beautiful day.